Go ahead.
It says, this is the Amplified Bible. It says, then they will hand you over to endure tribulation and will put you to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of my name.
Yeah. And who is they? The people. Snitches. You got a lot of snitches out here, man. Everybody want to be the police, man. Slave patrol, man. You got a lot of that, man. Bro. Man, look, bro, Woo, man. You got a lot of snitches out here, man. Whether you believe it or not. A lot of ratoons, man. A lot of ratoons, man. See? A lot of rats out here, man. You know? But any more on that? That's it? Alright, that's all we're going to find out. The water for edification, brother.
Alright, this is back in Matthew chapter 24, verse 9. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Yeah, because you believe in YAHAWASHI, man. You believe in YAHAWASHI, man. You no longer of this world, man. And they want to see you dead, like they want to see YAHAWASHI dead, man. And who done it? Our own people, man. Go ahead.
So verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another.
See that? Rats. Shall betray one another, man. Go ahead.
And shall hate one another.
And shall hate one another, man. All that's gonna increase, man. Ain't gonna be no love like that, man. Like you think, man. This is YAHAWASHI speaking, man. He's telling you, look, before I come back, these things gonna take place. So the disciples knew, look, they ain't gonna be walking blind, man. Just like we ain't walking blind, we see it. Go ahead.
So verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise.
Oh man, they all over the place. They all over the place, like drops of rain, man. They all over the place. Go ahead.
It says, and shall deceive many.
And shall deceive many. You see? More and more people are going to be caught up in the fog of lies, right? In the smoke screen of lies, right? Because truth has departed from their mouth, right? Yeah, you're a terrorist if you're speaking the truth. That's why they look at you.
Right.
In Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
It says verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Ooh, look that up in a different translation. The love of many shall wax cold. Ain't gonna be no love out here. You can see it, man. You can see it. You can see it, man. Ain't gonna be no love out here, man. You see?
Alright, this is back in the Bible, Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. It says, because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold.
See? Because the increase of wickedness, right? Ha! YAHAWASHI was saying, look, the increase of wickedness, right? Go ahead.
This is the New Living Translation. It says, sin will be rampant everywhere.
Yeah. Transgression of the law, man. Will be everywhere, man. What law? The law of the Bible, man. Go ahead.
And the love of many will grow cold.
Will grow cold, man. In other words, these people don't believe in the Bible, man, so they're going to continue more and more wickedness, man. It's going to increase, man. People don't believe in the scriptures, man. You see? So that's why they're going to be wanting to put us to death, man. Because they don't believe in what we're saying, man. They look at us like terrorists, man. They'll tell us what we're saying ain't real, man. Y'all a problem. Go ahead.
Let me see. This is the, I think you pronounce it Bearing? Bearing?
Bearing, yeah, Bearing.
Okay, Bearing, Literal Bible. It says, and because lawlessness is to be multiplied, the love of many will grow cold.
But what lawlessness? The lawlessness of the Bible, man. Go ahead.
And this one's Bearing Standard Bible. It says, because of the multiplication of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold.
Yeah. That's it, man. Let me change this battery before we got in it. All right, I had to start the camera back up. The battery went dead.
I was going to read one more of this in the Bible Hub, a different translation. I'm going to read still Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. Contemporary English version. It says, evil will spread and cause many people to stop loving another.
And what's love according to the Bible? Let's find out what love is.
Yeah, so like it's loving others.
Yeah, loving others, man. And let's find out what love is according to the Bible. 2 John.
This is 2 John verse 6. It says, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye shall walk in it.
So there's love according to the Bible. 2 John verse 6. And it said the love of many shall wax cold. So these people are not going to walk after the commandments of YAHAWASHI, man. You know? They're going to follow their own understanding in the way they think, and the way that America teach you to be selfish and kill and destroy. That's it. They don't teach you about love, man, according to the Bible, man. They don't care, man. And that is going to increase, man. The wickedness is going to increase. The love of many shall wax cold, man. Okay? So, go ahead.
All right, this is back in Matthew chapter 24. This is verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So you got to endure, man. So we're going to jump to 2nd Ezra, right? So those are things those are the signs that was going to take place, that's supposed to take place before YAHAWASHI show up. And one of those signs is what? Rumors of war, man. And concerning Saudi Arabia and Iran, that's war, man. That's America ain't gonna let that ride like that, man. They ain't gonna let that ride, man. They got too much invested in Saudi Arabia, man. They ain't gonna let that ride like that, man. It's war, man. You see?
It's hard to imagine, but if Iran and Saudi Arabia are making peace with each other, that is the path forward for many countries. It will be hard for Americans to take that, and they will try to cause it to fail. As American politicians and institutions find out how weak they really are in the global stage. It is not a unipolar world anymore. They don't like peace, and we don't want peace. They redistribute funds, they foment wars. If a congressman stands up and says, I don't want to do the war, let's think about peace, they immediately start closing defense manufacturers in that congressman's district if he doesn't bow down. And then their people are unemployed and they go, oh, wait a minute, I want war because I have a job making bombs. One of our biggest export industries is defense. Our whole system is oriented in a way that is not healthy. Very bad sign for American defense contractors.
So let's get 2nd Ezra 15, and we can start at 26. Let's see what we got. Yeah, all over. Yep, we just gonna read all the way through it. Go ahead.
All right, this is
second. Read all the way through it. Go ahead.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 26.
Now, this is concerning. When you read on down, this is concerning Iran and Saudi Arabia, man. And like the brother Google, it's 22 countries. You know, when it comes to being Arabs over there in the Middle East, man, 22 countries, man. And when they see Saudi Arabia join with Persia, Iran, people are done, man. You Americans are done in the Middle East. Go ahead.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
There you go. Go ahead.
Verse 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them.
So the Most High gonna leave you in them. The ones that's destined to get left in them, you're gonna get left in them plagues, man, in that destruction. Go ahead.
For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
See that? Go ahead.
It says, behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
So Ezra seen this in the vision in the east. Where at? In the Middle East, so-called Middle East. Go ahead.
Verse 29, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
See? Multitude of their army. Go ahead.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
Go ahead.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
So wind that's upon the earth is blown, man. So when it's blown like that, who is controlling that wind? YAHAWASHI. So who is going to be controlling them air, pushing them like the wind that's blown upon the earth? YAHAWASHI, man. Who is going to be controlling them? It's all prophecy, man. Go ahead.
This is verse 30. Also the
Armenians, that's the Persians, that's Iran, man. Go ahead.
Raging with wrath shall go forth as the wind bores of the wood.
Of the wild.
Also like, for as the wild boar of the wood.
Now, if you look at the characteristics of a boar, right? A boar would move with speed, strength. Speed and strength, man. And it's some more characteristics, but I'm looking at them. Speed and strength, man. And that's how Iran is going to come. With speed and strength, man. Go ahead.
And with great power shall they come. and join battle with them,
See? They gonna unite. Go ahead.
and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
Go ahead.
And then shall the dragons have the upper hand.
Saudi Arabia. See, America think they can take Saudi Arabia. But them Arab countries gonna unite. There's 22 of them, man. They gonna unite, man. Go ahead.
Remembering their nature.
Remember their nature, man. Ishmael. Ishmael is wild, man. Ishmael gonna remember his nature, man. Go ahead.
And if they shall turn themselves conspiring,
Come to agreement, man. In agreement for one cause, man. United with Iran, man. Go ahead.
says conspiring together the great power to persecute them.
Persecute who? Edom. So-called white man that's in the Middle East. Go ahead.
Then these shall be troubled and keep silent through their power and shall flee.
Yeah. That's gonna be the mind state of the leaders. Okay? That's gonna be the mind state of the leaders because they so used to just bombing and taking over the Middle East. When they see the Arab countries unite and they come together with Iran, with Saudi Arabia is doing it right before your eyes, right now, man, as we speak. And we told you 5 months ago, but you goofy people can't see what's going on, man. You've been blanketed with so many lies and deception, you caught up in the smoke screen, man. Go ahead.
And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings.
So, who is in the Syria? America's in the Syria, man. They in there, man. Illegally, but they in there. Go ahead.
So verse 34 it says, behold, clouds from the east, from the north unto the south. And they are very horrible to look upon.
Ezra said they were very horrible to look upon, man. He's seeing this in the vision, man. He's seeing this in the hologram, man. Go ahead.
Full of wrath and storm.
Full of wrath and storm, man. Go ahead.
Verse 35. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of the stars upon the earth.
You know, them bombs dropping, man. Go ahead.
Even their own stars.
Go ahead.
And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly.
A lot of death will be over there. Go ahead.
So verse 36. And dung of men unto the camel's hoof.
Yeah, because the death it's gonna be so much death over there, and men gonna be defecating on themselves before they give up the ghost, man. There's gonna be a lot of death over there, man. Go ahead.
So like this is verse 37. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth.
Yeah, because of the conditions, man. When the world see the atrocities and how them bombs is dropping, man. Fear, man.
I just see a video where Russia was using tanks and a certain type of weapon. I don't remember the weapon over there. Just them two, tanks look scary, man.
Yeah, man. They gonna bring out the big guns, man. The big bombs, man. And YAHAWASHI is gonna demonstrate and show you what it is, what war truly is, man. He gonna show you, man. And these people gonna be in fear, man. Especially these Americans, man. Because it's gonna be against them, man. Like never before, man. Go ahead.
And they that see the wrath shall be afraid.
See? America gonna be afraid, man. And all these nations gonna be afraid, but America is the one, man. America is the one, man. Go ahead.
And trembling shall come upon them.
Go ahead.
Verse 38. And then shall there come great storms from the south, from the north, and another part from the west. Verse 39, and strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open it. And the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind shall be destroyed. So verse 40 says, the great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up full of wrath.
So the great and mighty cloud shall be lifted up full of wrath. So wrath is anger. Okay? So the way the Most High allow these bombs to drop is the anger of YAHAWASHI. And them clouds gonna be lifted up. What clouds is talking about? Smoke from the bombs, man. See? Go ahead.
And the star that they may make all the earth afraid.
The stars that make all the earth afraid, man. What are they talking about? Bombs, man. Them nukes, man. Bombs. Okay? And when Ezra seen it, when you fire a missile, that's what it looks like in the sky, man, a star, man, because of how bright it is, man. You see? But it's gonna come down on the earth, man. You look at the stars at night, they bright. You look at the missile that's launched, you look at missiles that's launched in videos at nighttime, that's what it looked like, a bright light, man. So the star in the heaven looked like a bright light, man. So that's what it is, man. Ever seen a bright light, man? These bright lights are what? Nukes, man, bombs, man. Go ahead.
It says, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and imminent place and horrible star.
A horrible star, man. So that's war, man. That's war right there, man. That's what that is, man. So that's war, man. That's what's coming, man. World War III, man. That's what's coming, man. And we already in it, man. What I mean by what's coming is them bombs, man, to drop, man. Okay? We already in World War III, man. We in the beginning stages of it, man. And that war in Ukraine is gonna spread, man. It's gonna spread, man. So we're gonna face the east. Let's get on that particular verse. Okay. We're gonna face the east. I'd like to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostle GMS who ruled well. Salute you brothers that's pushing this word and truth and sincerity and strength by YAHAWASHI. And shalom to you brothers and sisters born and trust the spirit by YAHAWASHI. Shalom to you too. And with that, Mawafla Babylon.
Mawafla Babylon.
Mawafla Babylon.
Mawafla Babylon.
And Mawafla 2/3 Shalom. Stay strong, search the scriptures, and pray for deliverance.
From Iran, we are joined by Ali Akbar Dareni. Ali Akbar, what do you make of what you've just heard? I mean, Iran is, of course, under very heavy sanctions right now. It's been isolated for a very long time. That nuclear deal that it initially signed appears to be frozen for the foreseeable future. But we did have a very senior official in the Iranian government, an advisor to the supreme leader, describe this agreement as, in his words, a political earthquake. So what's that looking like in Iran?
China's mediation between Iran and Saudi Arabia is way beyond an agreement on resumption of diplomatic relations between two regional rivals. This deal, to me, means America's influence on the global stage is shrinking and China's influence is growing. And this should be seen as a monumental development that brings a new era of geopolitics and a new strategic landscape in this part of the world for years to come. So to me, this is a turning point in Middle Eastern diplomacy. At the same time, I see this as a manifestation of the fact that a new world order is in the making. The unipolar moment is over, and the world is moving towards a multipolar system. And the Saudis now have also understood that they cannot put all their eggs in the US basket. Why? Because there is a change in the world, and they need to also work with China. At the same time, this is a big development from Iran's point of view, because this is a win for regional peace and security. This is a big diplomatic achievement for China, Iran, and Saudi Arabia, but a big loss for Israel and the United States. Israel has been trying to create an alliance against Iran, with the United States leading this campaign from behind, and this deal actually undermines this strategy. And the reason it is, I'm hopeful, is going to work is because of China's involvement. Any efforts to undermine this deal will discredit China, and any efforts to implement this deal will give more credibility to China and regional peace. So I am cautiously optimistic, and at the same time, I see this as a change in Saudi perception as well. The Saudis initially,